You are watching Tech Confessions, created by Amy Lewis and brought to you by VMware.
All right, Russell. So what was your software-defined moment?
Yeah, I think coming to an understanding that the way things were changing. So I work for a company and they stepped away from using the whole stack, and we deployed some network overlays, and they decided not to do that and go back to using VLANs. And I just thought, the industry's changing. You know, you got this wrong. We're using monolithic storage, VLANs. I'm going somewhere else. So I'm still searching for the software-defined moment. I'm waiting
I
to
see.
where I can do the whole stack. That's where I want to get to. But I'm looking for companies that will let me do that.
So it's almost like the prophecy of the software-defined
Yeah.
moment.
I mean, somebody wrote in a book that don't fear the man who knows 1,000 kicks. Fear the man who has done the same kick 1,000 times. So I've spent a lot of time practicing in labs to get to do that, to do the whole software stack. And that's what I want to do. That's why I think where we're going.
I love that quote. Is it from soccer?
Bruce Lee.
Football? Oh, look at that. I didn't think we'd get a Bruce Lee quote into here, but I'm happy
it's
that
in
we
a
did.
VMware book, yeah.
So as you are looking for this opportunity, do you have any thoughts or predictions on where technology in the future is going?
Well, for me, I see a battle, yeah? Friendly battle at the moment. You've got the cloud providers, the public cloud providers like AWS, and you've got VMware. One is saying cloud, centralized, but then a part of them is saying, well, maybe not. Maybe some stuff's at the edge. And VMware is saying, oh, it's all at the edge. Well, maybe some parts in the cloud. So both of them have a story, but realize the other guy's story is also partly true. And probably go for a coexistence. But you see that too. One part is public cloud, and part's going to be edge. That just seems to make sense.
That's really interesting. And they're just meeting and they're deciding almost who's going to win.
Yeah, the difficult for us as technologists is to work out which way we go, because do you go for both of them? You go for one? I think probably the path is to go for both, to learn a little bit of both technologies.
In all of this, I'm hearing a lot about containers and microservices and things that a cloud-based environment maybe provides more than a traditional one, or at least that's the perception. Are you hearing that or seeing that, or how are containers affecting what you're doing today?
There's a lot of buzzwords, and there's a lot of people who can make a living just talking and using buzzword after buzzword.
Evangelists.
Yeah, yeah. Well, also CEOs, and there's a lot of people that do that. It's very difficult to get that working. Maybe, I think one of the big problems is operational cost. So if you want to run up containers, it can cost a lot of time. Where what VMware is providing, I think, is an interesting solution. They're managing and simplifying it. And that's where many companies want to go. It's time to market. If you can get the whole thing working in weeks and it works well, then you can innovate, you can do more stuff.
That's a great point. Like maybe it isn't always the absolute perfect solution, but if you're able to get it out there.
Yeah, but guys have said this, if you wait for the perfect solution, you'll never decide anything. So you've got to get on with it. You've got to get on with it fast.
It seems like you've probably had a lot of these, but one question I love to ask is, what was your last aha moment? Okay,
so this was just like last week. We had a couple of aha moments. One of them was doing an upgrade of the vCenter. So I went from 6.0 to 6.5, and it was beautiful. It just works so well. I've had nightmare migrations where I've tried to upgrade vCenter, and it went really badly, and I was all Saturday till 12 o'clock at night on the phone, 5-6 hours onto support, and it didn't work. It was terrible. But this new process, beautiful. It's so clever, so it's nicely done. If it fails, the rollback is seconds. are very, very nice. So that, and the other thing is PowerShell. I've just come to love working with PowerShell, not in scripts, just using the commands, and then you configure like hundreds of machines at the same time. Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh my gosh, if being a technologist doesn't work out for you, you definitely have a future in marketing. That is wonderful.
That'd be a change. I've done a few
It
jobs.
would
so I
be.
could
It would
go for
be.
that.
But I like it, a natural. Well, thank you so much, Russell. And for any of you out there, when you have your tech confession, just visit www.techconfessionstheshow.com.